Have you ever wanted to support a political candidate, but maybe tracking down that person with a clipboard and a pen just isn't your thing? Well, if you're in Arizona, you're in luck. Today, we're going to walk through the state's E-Qual system. Think of this as your super simple, step by step guide to signing a nominating petition online right from your own couch. All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll touch on why this whole digital thing even exists. Then, we'll get into what I like to call your voter passport, verifying who you are. After that, we'll do the main event, actually signing the petition. Then, and this is super important, we'll cover the confirmation step. And finally, we'll wrap up by talking about what this all means for you. So let's kick things off with the big question. Why are we moving from those old school clipboards to just a few clicks on a screen? Let's dive into the why behind this digital shift. At the end of the day, it all comes down to participation. For anyone in Arizona to get their name on a ballot, they first have to prove that people actually support them. And how do they do that? By gathering a whole bunch of signatures from registered voters. It's a really fundamental piece of the puzzle. And that's exactly where E-Qual comes into play. It's Arizona's brilliant solution for bringing that signature gathering process into the 21st century. So instead of waiting for a volunteer to knock on your door, you can show your support whenever you want, wherever you have an internet connection. Simple, secure, and super convenient. So your journey starts right here at the E-Qual portal. The first thing you're going to do is head to the website and look for the option that's super clearly marked, sign a candidate nominating petition. Can't miss it. Okay, so once you've clicked that button, the system needs to make sure you. This next part is all about verifying your identity. I like to think of it as your digital voter passport to get you inside. And what's great is that you've got options. You can go one of two ways here. Option one, just use your Arizona driver license or non-operating ID number. Or if you don't have that handy, you can go with option two, your voter registration number plus the last four digits of your social security number. And here's what that authentication form actually looks like. You'll pop in your name, your date of birth, and then just pick which one of those two ID options you're going to use. Now, here's a pro tip. Make sure the info you put in matches your voter registration record exactly. Even a small typo can trip things up, so it's worth a quick double check. Next, you'll have to verify your address. Now, for your privacy, the system is smart about this. It won't show your full street address. Instead, you'll just see part of it and your zip code. If that looks right, you just click yes. If it's wrong, that's a sign you'll need to update your voter registration before you can go any further. All right, you made it. You're in. Your identity is confirmed. Now we get to the good part, finding the candidates you want to support and actually signing that digital petition. And this is one of the coolest features. The system does all the hard work for you. See, based on your party and where you live, E-Qual automatically filters the list and shows you only the petitions you're actually allowed to sign. So there's no more guessing or scrolling through a giant list of people who aren't even in your district. It's awesome. So once you click on a candidate, you'll land on this page. It's pretty simple. You just type in your email address twice, to make sure it's correct. Read the little declaration, and then you hit that big green button at the bottom that says, yes, I want to sign this petition. Okay, pause. I need you to lean in for this next part because it is absolutely 100% critical. Just clicking that green button isn't the final step. You've got to finish the confirmation process or your signature won't actually count. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is the official guidance word for word. A candidate's petition is not signed until the screen with the confirmation number appears. It could not be any clearer. You have to see this thing all the way through to the end. So after that first click, you get this final confirmation screen. It's basically the system asking, are you sure you're sure? It gives you one last look at the candidate's info and your details, and you have to click, yes, I want to sign this petition one more time to seal the deal. And boom, there it is, the success screen. This is what you've been working towards. It says right there that your signature has been added, and it shows you all the details. This is your proof that you did it. Now, the most important thing on that page is this number right here, the confirmation number. Seriously, this is your golden ticket. It's your digital receipt. When you see this unique number, you know for a fact that your signature is locked in and officially recorded. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've gone through the whole process, but what does it all really mean in the grand scheme of things? When you really boil it down, the whole thing is just 5 simple steps, right? You log in, check your address, pick a candidate, click a button to sign, and then get that all-important confirmation number. It's designed to be really secure, but also super easy to use. And that's the real magic here. Something that used to involve finding a person in the real world with a physical piece of paper can now be done in just a few minutes on your phone. Technology like E-Qual is making it easier than ever for everyone's voice to be a part of our democracy. So that really leaves us with just one final thought. The hurdles to get involved in this really basic, fundamental part of our elections have been lowered big time. The tool is right there at your fingertips. So the only question left is, how are you going to use it?